Find a little movement in the middle of your workday, right in your work chair. Have a seat. Adjust yourself. You could rest your hands on the tops of your thighs. You could close your eyes if it feels okay to do so, or you may leave them open. Maybe noticing your breath. You could, on your next inhale, lift your shoulders up toward your ears and release them back down on your exhale. Taking a few intentional breaths if you'd like. Letting your belly expand with your inhale and soften back down on your exhale. You might drop your chin down to your chest, feeling a stretch in the back of your neck. Maybe gently pulling your head forward with your hands. Then lifting your head back up, maybe dropping your head back, your chin up toward the ceiling. And then dropping your chin back down to your chest, lifting your head up a couple times at your own pace. And then you might turn your head to one side, pausing for a moment if you'd like, and then turning your head to the opposite side, pausing for another moment if you would like, and then looking from side to side. You could next roll your shoulders back a few times, and you could continue to roll them back, or if you'd like, you can switch directions, rolling them forward. Your eyes could still be closed, or you could open them. And next, you could move your torso in circles, circling around your hips, moving in one direction. You could stay moving in this direction, or if you'd like, you can move in the opposite direction. And your circles can be as big or as small as you'd like, and always at your own pace. Next, you could explore a side stretch. So if you'd like to explore a side stretch, you can rest one arm on the arm of your chair and then lift your opposite arm up above your head, reaching over to the side. Looking wherever is comfortable on your neck. It might be straight ahead, or it could be down at the floor. Reaching back up when you're ready, and exploring a side stretch on the other side. So bringing your opposite forearm to the arm of your chair and reaching up overhead with your opposite arm and reaching over to the side. Next, you could raise both arms up overhead, reaching up toward the ceiling, and then on your exhale, softening your shoulders down. And then reaching back up toward the ceiling and letting your arms drop down to your sides. Bringing your hands maybe to the tops of your thighs or the arms of your chair. And reaching back up overhead and finding a seated forward fold, letting your torso fall down over your knees, letting your hands drop down to the floor if that feels okay. Another option would be to keep your hands on the tops of your thighs or your knees. Letting your head drop down, letting your head hang heavy, and then rolling back up to seated when you're ready. And bringing your seat to the edge of your chair, we'll try a one-legged forward fold. So leaving one leg bent and then straightening the other leg, maybe flexing your foot, looking down toward your foot. Your hand might come to your toes and might come to your shin or your thigh. You might feel a stretch along the back of your thigh here. And then finding this one-legged forward fold on the other side if you would like. So keeping the other knee bent straightening your opposite leg and reaching forward. And then rolling back up to seated. If you'd like to explore a twist, you could do so by planting both feet firmly on the floor, twisting to one side, maybe bringing one arm to the outside of your thigh and the other arm to the arm of your chair or to the seat of your chair if your chair doesn't have an arm. You might notice your breath here. You could, if you wanted to, take an intentional breath. And when you're ready, coming back to center and finding a twist on the other side. Coming back to center when you're ready. And if you'd like to find a stretch in your hips, you could find a figure 4 shape here. So bringing one ankle to your opposite knee, your top foot could be flexed, and you could stay seated straight up with your back straight, or if you'd like a little bit more of a stretch, you could start to lean forward. And then if you'd like, you could explore this figure 4 shape on the opposite side. And on this side, you may stay seated straight with your back straight, or you could start to lean forward, however much feels okay. And releasing out of the stretch when you're ready, bringing both feet back down to the floor. You might raise your shoulders up one more time and releasing them back down on the exhale. And there's no need to formally end this practice. You might take another intentional breath, fidget around a little bit more, and then head back to work.